Hey, how's it going, YouTube? It's been a while. It's been about a month and a half since I've had a video upload, and I've got a very good reason for it. So if you guys have been kind of wondering what's going on, it'll answer some of those questions, and then we'll get to work and see what's going on with Voyager. This is kind of just an update video, really. There won't be a whole lot of work on Voyager. I'll show you the progress that I made. But for the most part, this is just kind of a channel update. So I'll also show you what's going on here. The last time we saw Voyager, I was talking about the stickers, or the pieces of tape, really, that we're going to go over the windows. And as you can see, I've got them, all the windows covered, and we've got a couple of coats of primer on her, and I'm just trying to fix the little nicks and burrs here on the body, and then we can get to start painting the kit. But I want to talk to you a little bit about what's been going on. So like I said, it's been about, oh gosh, 6 or 7 weeks, I think, since I've had an upload. And the first couple weeks of that were just kind of laziness on my part. I had some other stuff going on and didn't have a lot of time for this. But about 4 weeks ago, I was sitting down and I started feeling like something was wrong. I could feel, I'm not sure how to describe it, but I could feel an indescribable amount of pressure that was filling up in my body, filling up in my head. I started to get short of breath, and I wasn't having any chest pains. It wasn't like I was having a heart attack, but I got lightheaded. It wasn't a good feeling. So I went and got checked out, and my blood pressure is out of this world, which isn't surprising, I guess. High blood pressure runs in my family, and to date, I am, how do you say, overweight. So I have spent the last 4 weeks pretty much focusing on me. I've been controlling my diet, eating normal amounts of healthy food, you know, cut out the sodas, cut out the fast food. Any spare time I've had, I've been exercising to, you know, not like a freak amount, but you know, a good place to start for where I'm at. And got checked again, and blood pressure is down, and I feel really good. So I'm making a video, and then I'm actually going to start working on this guy more today. So yeah, just a little health scare, really, kind of an eye-opener. I think a lot of you guys watching would agree that, you know, you can be, it doesn't really matter, I guess, what age you are. I'm 29. I'll be 30 here in 4 months, 3-4 months. But, you know, you think if you're a guy, you pretty much think that nothing can hurt you. And, you know, for a long time, that's kind of how I was. You know, I never really seemed to get sick, never really had any, you know, health issues. And then out of nowhere, one day I found myself sitting in a chair feeling like, is this it? What's going on? Why am I feeling like this? So a message to everybody out there listening to this: take care of yourself. Do yourself a favor. And if you haven't gotten checked out by a doctor, go do that. Pay attention to what you eat. Maybe not have so many burgers and fries. And you guys have families out there. Everyone's got someone that loves them, and you guys want to make sure that you're going to be there for a long time. Like me. My wife and I have been married for 2 years. It'll be 2 years in October, and you know, I want to make that 2 years more like 50 or 60 years. So losing weight, eating healthier. I've dropped, it scared me pretty bad. I lost 15 pounds, I think, and I still got a lot more to go, but let's make sure to take care of ourselves if you're not already doing that, because we need to be there for the people in our lives. So anyways, that's what's been going on with me. That's why I haven't been around. So Voyager, not a whole lot of progress. Like I said, basically I got the windows masked off and painted. The secondary hull is masked off and painted, or primered anyways. And I have a little bit of cleanup work to do. I did some sanding over here, if you can see, and it left a couple lines in there. So I just want to clean that up real quick. And my goal is on the next video, we're going to start painting the ship. And once I get the basic painting done, we can start assembly and wiring, which will really kind of make it speed along. One other thing I wanted to talk about, it has to do with Voyager the series, but not so much Voyager this model kit. So I'm going to set that aside. And I got a new kit that I'm not sure when I'm going to get to it, but I'm really excited I got it. There was a project I was toying with doing, and you can kind of see it over here a little bit. Right here, but we have a Nova class starship, and that was taken also from Voyager. And it was a really cool episode, even if you're not like a Star Trek fan. I think the idea that they did for the episode was pretty fun and different and cool. So I wanted to make a kit of it, and was trying to understand how some CAD programs worked and 3D modeling, and was getting ready to invest a bunch of time into it. And then I found out that the Delta Quadrant was actually working on making one. So I scratched that because I would just much rather buy theirs than actually have to spend the time working on it. So this is a kit. Now the fun thing about this kit is that it is in 1/677th scale, which is also the same scale as Voyager. Which means that at some point when I get to it, I can have them sitting there side by side and they'll be in scale with each other. So very exciting. But as you can see, you know, just the saucer section alone is a lot longer than the box. So it's a lot smaller. I think it's like less than half the size of Voyager. But I just want to do a little out-of-box review, show you what you get with the kit. And remember, this is a resin model, so it's not something that you would expect like from Bandai or anything, or AMT or Round 2, or you know, whoever your favorite model builder is. But a lot of work went into these, a lot of detail went into them, and I'm very happy to have it. I feel very lucky actually to get my hands on it. So this is the main section of the ship, and it's separated into two halves, and it's actually hollowed out a little bit. So when I get to it, we can do some lighting on it. It's got some rough spots. You can kind of see right there, but with a little bit of TLC, it's going to come out great. One thing I was a little disappointed in, but I'm not, this is my first garage kit, and so I knew what to expect, but something that did kind of disappoint me a little bit was actually over here on this bottom piece. You can see it busted off right there, and it actually came like that, and I thought, oh well, no biggie, I'll just find where that broke off and glue it back on there and it'll be fine. But it actually wasn't even in the package, so it's a little disappointing. It's not unfixable, however. If you look on the model, there's not really any detail there, so when I get to it, a chunk of styrene in there, and sand it and get it in the right shape, and you won't even be able to tell that that was there. So lots of detail, phenomenal looking kit. We've got spaces in the back where we can light up the impulse engine if we want to. Lots of detail around the bridge, and they've included all of the escape hatches. We've got the phaser banks here, also on the bottom, and overall I think it's a beautiful kit. We've got decals, and I believe that our decals are from JT Graphics. Made them for Delta Quadrant for this kit, and in Voyager it was the USS Equinox, which you can see right there. So they gave you the decals for that, and I think those are all the decals. Yeah, you know, escape hatches, little warning symbols, things like that. We don't get decals to name it any other kind of ship, but that's okay because I want it to be the Equinox. So we've got those. We've got some of our killer pieces for our deflector dish. These right here, I'm going to open it up and show you. They need a little, you know, work to see what they're supposed to look like, but each of these are a fin, and each nacelle on the back of the ship has these two little fins sticking out of it, so that's what those are for, which is kind of a cool look. These, I guess we'd call these the boom arms that come off the back. So these would attach like so, and then our engines will attach to these. So we'll have to figure out how to get a line to come out from there and through this, since it's just one chunk of resin. But what we'll probably end up doing is just gouging out a path and then putting some of, I've got, I think, some 30 gauge wire that we can stick in there, and then just putty it and fill it over. Almost lastly, these are the actual warp engines themselves, and they just cast it in one mold. So we'll just have to cut each one out and then sand and polish and get them to fit right. And you can see the detail is in there. They're just molded and clear, which was kind of a cool thing. They've got these, and you can either get them molded in blue or clear while they have them. I chose clear because it's going to make it a lot easier to light it up. So we've got that, and he also likes to include a base with the kit. Now I'm going to hang on to this and use it for something at some point down the road. It's not going to be for this kit, but you can see if I peel that sticker off, we would see the Star Trek emblem there. And we've got this on here, so if we need to, we know where the center is, and we can drill a hole and have it perfectly centered for a base. I don't want to use this because I am going to have this kit light up. I watched the show several times. I've looked at every CG model, every model in general that I can find of this guy, in any type of animation whatsoever, and I don't see any like strobe lights on it. I don't see any lights that flash or beacon. I'm sure I could add them, for my own touch of detail, but if I wanted this to be perfectly like the one in the show, what was shown, the CGI model didn't have any flashing strobe lights. So I could just, have kind of a more simpler system here without any, circuit boards, mounted in the base, and it would kind of be a cheaper model to light. So I may end up going that route. And then lastly, we get our decal placement, and it should be a fun kit when I get to it. Here's our side view, but this will be for a later date. So something fun. If that's something you guys were interested in, check out thedeltaquadrant.com, and there is his email address. For what it is, for me, this is a cheap kit. And I'm not saying it's a cheap kit because I have tons of money that I just don't know how to spend because it's raining cash from the skies. To me, this is a cheap kit because the amount of time and energy that I would have put into trying to get something to look like this, which I may ended up never getting, for me, I think this was $70. For me, it was a steal. The man hours that would have gone into it, and the frustration of, never being really happy with it, but being happy with how this will look, I think. For me, for $70, I would have paid more than $70 for it. So, very happy I got this. It's going to go on the shelf until I get, I think, a couple more ships done under my belt. Like I say, we're doing Voyager now, so they're working on, if you're a huge fan of Voyager, and now I'm going to start showing my level of geekdom with this one, but there was a variant of that ship that was on the series finale, and it was the alternate, you know, future, and Harry Kim, who was the ensign on Voyager, was finally a captain, and he had a ship that was a variant of the Nova class, what I just showed you guys. So they make a variant of it, and Delta Quadrant will be working on the variant model, since it's a little bit different. It's not overly different. Mainly this is more, comes to a point. There's not really, this is all just filled in, and it comes to kind of like a spear point, and then it actually loses some of the detail in it. It makes it look a little more streamlined. So that'll be coming out, I think he said later on this year, and I'll probably pick up one of those too. So anyways, if you guys like this, I think it'll be a fun model to work on down the road. I've got Voyager, and I've got probably 6 or 7 other starships I want to work on, so get in line, I guess. Anyways, so that's what's going on. I appreciate you guys listening to the update. Take care of yourselves, guys. You know, we all love watching each other's channels, I think, in the modeling community, and we want to be able to continue doing that for a long time to come. So, you know, I hate to sound like a broken record, but go get a checkup, make sure everything's going cool, because I think the last thing any of us want is for something bad to happen, you know, because it doesn't just affect us, you know, it affects our families, it affects the people that care about us, and I definitely don't want to do that to them. So the videos, I'm hoping from now on are going to come a bit more steadily. I'm going to do some work on Voyager today, so that'll give me some material for another video, but I'm just trying to balance, you know, playtime and exercise, so I don't die in like a year time. So I'm actually balancing it more towards the exercise and not die in a year from now time. So you know, hopefully work on this should continue, and you guys may not notice too much of a difference. But, you know, I appreciate your patience. If you guys have been kind of wondering what's going on, I do apologize, but, you know, I think all of us will agree that when it comes down to the time that we need to stop what we're doing and take a hard look at ourselves and get ourselves figured out, that we're going to do that. So I appreciate your patience. I'm going to get started on Voyager, and we'll get some, I think, maybe some painting up next. And then we can get into the wiring and all that fun stuff. So I really appreciate your guys' patience. I know this video is pretty long, so if you stuck through the whole thing, I appreciate it. And more to come soon. I appreciate your time, and I will see you next time.